Hey folks, welcome back to the Deranged Reader. On this channel, I do horror book hauls, horror book reviews, horror movie reviews. I do content once a week, yeah. So I just finished Dracy Coates' The Haunting of Gillespie House. I also read it on my Nook, but I have a physical copy of the book. I own it. I own it. Alrighty, so like look how thin it is. I can't believe it took me like a month to read this book, but it is what it is. Okay, so alright. So our main protagonist is named Ellie. This is a great thing I will say just before I start my review is I love owning the physical copy of the book because I can just look in and go, oh, okay. So Ellie is what you would call a, I don't know, maybe like a house setter, because that's what she does in the book. She's a house setter for this wealthy Gillespie family, and they have lived. The family has lived in this house for well over, I believe it's like 200 years. Same house. And what happens is the family leaves to go on something, I think maybe a vacation. She's hired to house set, basically to ensure that, nobody breaks in and things like that. Because if somebody lives there, nobody's going to break in, depending on who you are. Anyways, and so as the book progresses on, strange things happen in this house that I don't know if the family itself experienced it or this is just Ellie that's experiencing it. But she's hearing like the sound of like rats. She hears somebody walking around, even though she knows she's the only one there. And then there's the mausoleum. And this thing is a huge edifice. And it's overgrown. It's located in the Gillespie family cemetery, where the generations of two different families have been buried. And as the story progresses on, we get this history of the patriarch of the family. He was this cult leader, and he dabbled in like black magic and all the stuff that's ooky, spooky, and positively kooky. And and we find out that he actually got buried alive in his own mausoleum because people were sick and tired of his shit. A woman named Guinevere was the one that did it. And also there was a stone that she would wear around her neck that actually was the only thing that would stop him. This is the same stone that Ellie has to use to keep him from whatever he wanted to do to her. There is a missing child in the story that's later on found very dead. And at the end of it, everything's wrapped up in a nice, neat bow. But the fact that she has to go through all of this stuff to get to that ending is like so unnerving. I liked this book. I really did. I liked the pacing. Ellie is a really strong character, but she definitely goes through a lot of stuff that I would not recommend anyone to go through. For people that don't know, I think it was 2 years ago, might have been 2 years ago, I had visited Barnes & Noble for the first time. It might have been close to 2 years ago. And I was in the horror section, which is really not that big of a section at my Barnes & Noble. And I made an offhand comment about, I think I pulled out one of the books that she had. I say, I wonder if Dracy Coates is any good. And I was not even talking to anybody. And the lady next to me says, oh yeah, she's really good. So I'm like, Oh, okay, and I've been reading her ever since. Alrighty, so that is my videos as far as that's concerned. But yeah, for people that are used to seeing me with the with this right here, I actually bought this case, and it's a sleeper case, and yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So I'm using it, and I had gotten this color because I absolutely loved it. This is not a case that rips off. It is very much attached to the plastic one. But anyways, it just, for people that want to know, this is my Milk Glow Life 4 Plus that I bought in April. But yeah. And trust me, it's not light. It's not light at all. But anyway, I just decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna read a couple books on here and everything, because I felt like I was neglecting my plus. Alright, so by the way, 5 stars. Okay, so that's my video, and I'll see you guys around.